Stop closing up and let it go. Keep turning, step around. Keep turning.
Nah, he's strategic. He's setting guys up. He been boxing since a little kid, just like I've been boxing since a little kid. And you can tell, like, with the experience. Even with his last fight with Frank Martin, you can see Frank Martin was more so an amateur. Like, the experience he got is not on the level of, like...
Gervonta Tank Davis, famous for his explosive power and methodical approach, Davis prepares for his fights with a carefully planned training schedule. As he gets ready for his rescheduled fight against Lamont Roach on March 1st, 2025, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, his daily routine demonstrates an unwavering commitment to excellence.
Stop closing up and let it go. Keep turning, step around. Keep turning.
Tank all day, baby. Tank all day. Easy work. Easy work. My money goes to it. Alright, guys. Right in the front, right here. Get the front rest there. Easy work, Tank. Come on, back. Get down here, please. Right here. Back to the camera in the back. Oh, in the back line.
Usually starting at 11 a.m., Davis starts his day before dawn by immediately drinking a liter of water to boost his metabolism and guarantee ideal hydration levels. To improve flexibility and get his body ready for the demands of the day, he then does some mild yoga and stretching for 15 minutes. He keeps his surroundings clear of distractions and concentrates only on the work at hand at this time.
Yeah, you don't even see it because you moved in off the drive.
After moving to the boxing facility for skill-specific training, Davis starts with shadow boxing, who spends at least 3 rounds honing his move and technique. Jump rope sessions lasting 15 minutes improve cardiovascular endurance and coordination with footwork movements that emphasize agility and balance.
There you go. There you go. Get that. Good. Hey, Jay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
One of the most important aspects of Davis' preparation is working with his trainers to improve his offensive skills through combo exercises and his defensive reflexes through defense practice. Head movement exercises are essential for enhancing his ability to dodge blows during counterpunch drills, increase his ability to react quickly to attacks from opponents' range control techniques, angle cutting activities, and timing exercises are carefully incorporated to guarantee thorough technical mastery.
Like day one in the camp, I start running probably like, it's different times. I might don't feel like running in the morning. I might run at night. It all depends what fits you. Like, I run in the morning. If I don't, I run at night. Train probably like 2 or 3. If I want to do something again, I train at night. or I run, and that'll be it. But when I'm in camp, I really don't go outside. Like, it's hard for me to go outside, so I just be in the gym and home. That's it. Like, I don't go nowhere.
Real.
Okay.
So I do it for myself, but I do it for the people with me. My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you,
They gonna celebrate with me. Yeah,
don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know, son. His father was up here shaking what's the name? He was shaking on the
Pops.
On my kids, he was shaking on this thing. On my kids, he was shaking.
Don't
Never.
say, bro.
That's cap.
Davis recently discussed Tyson Fury's unusual training camp routine. Fury, who is known for his quirky tactics, disclosed a novel habit that attracted notice in the boxing community. In response to a question concerning Fury's ritual, Davis looked surprised and amused, pointing out that although each fighter has their own methods for getting ready, Fury's strategy was especially surprising.
Some people just go away and be.
For you specifically.
Me? First of all, I get a camp house, out here. Like day one in the camp, I start running probably like, it's different times. I might don't feel like running in the morning. I might run at night. It all depends what fit you. Like, I'll run in the morning. If I don't, I'll run at night. Train probably like 2 or 3. If I want to do something again, I train at night. Or I run. And that'll be it. But when I'm in camp, I really don't go outside. Like, it's hard for me to go outside. So I just be in the gym and home.
For a very, very big moment. What is your normal day-to-day like at this time of camp?
I'm also a night person, but I might go to sleep probably around like 3 to 4. Probably wake up probably like 11, get my run in, and then eat, probably lay back down, and then wake up probably like 6 or 7 and get my night workout in.
Damn, so you're doing 2 a day.
Calvin Ford, Davis's longtime coach, carefully supervises his training, which has helped to mold his career and refine his abilities. A holistic strategy that strikes a balance between mental readiness, technical skill, and physical conditioning is what Ford stresses.
I hear a lot of boxers do weird things during camp.
What?
I've heard like Tyson Fury said he off 7 times a day.
What?
Because he wants to keep his like testosterone going. And then Marquez, when he was training to fight Floyd, he would drink his own pee. Do you have anything that you like to do during camp, like to help you get into that mode?
Nah.
Not like that.
Nah, I think he probably be bull crapping. Like,
You think so?
yeah.
He said it's like a scientific thing because like he feels like it gets his testosterone level and he can then carry that into the ring and like be the toughest version of himself.
Man. Sex make you weak.
No legs.
Yeah, it make you
That's
weak.
what I thought.
Yeah.
You have no legs after that. I don't
He's
know.
crazy, bro.
It makes it impressive. If he does actually do that and then is the fighter that he is, that's impressive.
He's freak nasty.
That's some real freak shit.
In interviews, Ford has emphasized the value of consistency and discipline in Davis's training schedule. He designed sessions to target both areas for growth and Davis's strengths, such as his explosive power and agility, in order to guarantee a well-rounded skill set. In order to prepare Davis for the demands of every opponent, Ford's training style entails intense sparring sessions, intelligent game preparation, and cultivating a strong mental attitude.
My hands, before I go see Tank, I gotta get shots in my hands. Then I gotta make sure my hands is right, cause I don't dumb him down with punches. I let him do it. You know what I'm saying? And he gets to, you alright?
Yeah.
It work. I just feel sorry for the guys that really pushed the button. Martin pushed the button. Y'all see how it went out.
The forthcoming bout between Davis and Roach has generated controversy in the boxing community, with some detractors claiming that it is more of a cash show than a real competitive contest.
No one's been able to solve Tank Davis. What do you need to do together with you and your team and obviously your son to score that victory?
We got a game plan. We're going to execute it, and we're going to get the
Move
results.
that head, bob and weave, bob and weave.
Hey, that go both ways.
That go both ways.
Bob and weave.
Tank, what is Lamont going to learn March 1st inside that ring here at Barclays Center?
Bob and weave, bob and weave. You got bob and weave.
He's in what?
He got bob and weed, job, bob and weed.
They say that Tank picked Crouch because he sees him as a simple opponent who he can easily beat. In contrast, Roach is charged with fighting mainly for the money rather than the task.
Oh, he's doing this fight for money, and Tank is strategically picking him because in the amateur world, you got fought twice, right? And you lost, what, both times in the amateur fight. So are you all friends? Are y'all cordial? First, what's the relationship?
We're cordial.
You're cordial.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He's cool to me.
he's cool to you.
Yeah.
And you haven't heard that he said anything differently?
Oh yeah, for sure.
He has.
No, he has.
He has not.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Confirming that he has
Not said anything differently.
Mhm.
So does it confirm people's suspicion that he purposefully picked you, not only because you're cordial, but because he believes he's going to knock you out?
However, boxing analyst like Showbiz the Adult recently shared his thoughts on the matchup between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, expressing his disappointment over what he sees as a mismatch. He claimed that some of the top fighters in the division are avoiding Tank Davis, which has forced him to face less competitive opponents like Roach.
Get the purse, and then you walk away with a nice piece of change.
I mean, you're in the wrong game if you don't think you're gonna beat everybody. Like, anyway, but if you saying specifically pick me because I'm gonna be an easy cakewalk, you know, everybody in the world knows this. Not gonna happen. I mean, like, that's not gonna happen. Him personally, you know that. I think he chose me because I am going to be one of the better opponents that he's faced in his entire career, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Lamont Roach agreed with his point as well. He says that if Tank had really wanted a competitive fight, he could have fought Canelo Alvarez or someone in a higher weight class instead of Roach. But Roach says that Canelo's weight of 168 pounds makes it impossible for Tank to be able to defeat him.
Here's my take on the fight. Everything is true about this situation. One, Gervonta Tank Davis was being ducked leading up to this. Shakur Stevenson ducked him. Lomachenko ducked him openly. El Rayo didn't want to fight this year. He wanted to fight next year. Another thing is, I was hearing that Tank wanted it at 135 and rehydration, all kind of shit. So, but I don't know how true that is, which it wouldn't shock me if that was true. Either way, for whatever reason, El Rayo fell apart. The options were just getting diabolical. All right, I understand that. At the same time, Lamont Roach versus Tank is trash. If Devin Haney announced he'll fight Lamont Roach coming up from 130 next at 135, I'll say that is trash. Let me tell you this. To me, Gervonta is far better than Devin Haney. So it's trash, bruh. It's trash.
Roach makes it apparent that he is not driven by money for his impending battle with Davis. Rather, he sees Tank as an easy opponent who will be quite easy for him to defeat. Roach highlights that he is the champion at 130 pounds, while Tank weighs 135 pounds. He suggests that if Tank were genuinely interested in a competitive fight, he would have fought Canelo Alvarez, who is in the super middleweight division and weighs 168 pounds. However, Roach argues that the idea of Tank fighting Canelo is unrealistic.
Why was it so easy when he fought Frank Martin?
Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter when he's fighting me.
Hey, what's your game plan?
What was that? I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off.
Schofield, Floyd, another lightweight boxer, expresses his thoughts on Gervonta Davis's concentration before of the Roach fight, saying that Tank would be better served concentrating on his opponent rather than becoming sidetracked by other distractions like social media or personal matters.
By evidence of what? Your record? Because you had to get, if I'm not mistaken, you had to get permission to be bumped up to that weight class of lightweight in order to fight, because you're in the what range of 130?
Yeah, I'm the champion at 130.
You're the world champion at 130 and he's 135. Yeah, so aren't there other fighters he could have fought within an upper weight class like Canelo? I've heard a lot of people say, why isn't he fighting Canelo rather than Roach? What's up with that?
They want that man to fight Canelo, man?
They do.
I don't know. That's
I've
crazy.
heard a lot of people say that.
That's crazy.
In his analysis of the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach bout, well-known sports commentator Stephen A. Smith stated that he believes Roach may be at a disadvantage because of his size. Smith said that Roach is too small for the fight and that Davis, being a bigger fighter, may have the advantage.
You mentioned, obviously, the Lamont Roach fight with Gervonta. We don't know if that's happening 100% December or January, but how do you see that fight going? Do you feel confident giving a prediction on someone else's fight as opposed to your own?
Me personally, no, because I don't know what Lamont Roach and his team are working on. I don't want to, down the man, because who knows, maybe he might shock the world. It's not on us to decide. I mean, boxing is a one-shot sport. Anything can happen. Nobody's invincible from getting knocked out. So, I mean, Tank better stay off Twitter. He better worry about his opponent. So, that's all I got to say. But in my opinion, Tank should win, but you never know.
Despite some people's claims that he is too little, Roach uses the chance to address concerns regarding his weight class by indicating that he feels fine competing at 130 pounds.
And lastly, Stephen, a last name I, of course, want to throw your way is Gervonta Davis. I know you believe in his skills.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
What do you think of his fight with Roach? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think Roach is too small. I think Roach is too small. And that's my issue. I'm not questioning the skill set or anything like that. But it was similar to Frank Martin. You know what I mean? This guy comes in there and you got 18 fights. And I remember watching that pre-fight press conference when he was annoying Gervonta Davis so much and he cussed by accident.
Roach shared something on his Instagram story. When he kept asking, he answered, "I'm locked in, but it's not me." Brooklyn, March 1st.
Obviously, Tank isn't the biggest 135-pounder. Everybody fights is damn near bigger than him. I think the only person that was smaller than him was Pitbull. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just in height and stature. He was, technically bigger than Tank too. But Tank is comfortable at 135, so I don't blame him for fighting that way. But he's not a big 35. I don't see why people was like, oh, you brought up a smaller guy, blah, blah. I mean, like, to me personally, I'm not studying that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? I fight at 130 because that's what I campaigned at. That's where I started my career. That's where I campaigned. That's why I worked my way up to a world title. And, that's what I was going to do. My plan was always to move up to 35 and win another title. So it just happened a little, a little earlier than normal.
Yeah. But, I mean, you fought at 35 before.
Them was just, so technically, them wasn't just 35 fights. Like, when a boxer starting their career, they don't necessarily have to make 130 pounds because we're not in title contention or none of that. So the opponents that I was getting, the opponents that were there or were available, the opponents that were selected for me were probably bigger or they just couldn't make weight. I think it's where I'm supposed to be at, honestly. I worked my ass off to get right here, so it's about time.
Lamont win? No, Tank says that he's going to retire at the end of next year. Do you think he has one foot out the door?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a mistake for him to say that, especially in front of me. So, I'm going to just take advantage of it and show him why he shouldn't have said that or why he shouldn't be contemplating that.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
I ain't worried about that.
Is the impending bout between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach something you should not miss, or does it seem like a mismatch? Post your opinions in the comments section.